Okay, just a minute. Okay, good morning, class. Today we are going to cover day 4 of your homework assignment. And so if you open your books to page 205, we're going to be covering lesson 31 and 35. Okay, 31 and 32, sorry. Okay, and so words ending in Y, page 205. So remember, usually if a word ends in a Y, it's going to be come back I, okay, because there is no Y. And so lesson 31, you've got words ending in Y, use BLT for words ending in ability. So whether it's spelled with an A or an I at the end, you're going to use BLT, okay? And so you can leave the BLT by itself, or put it with the consonant. So eligibility, L-J-I-B-L-T. Immobility, I-M, and then mobility. Instability, I-N, stability. Liability, you can stroke it in one stroke. Any questions on anything there, Jen?
Nope.
And make sure you know credibility, that comes out a lot. Credibility comes from credible. So that's how you write credible. Credit, not that it comes from this, but credit is cret, and you're going to hear that a lot. And then you have legibility, so ledge, then an I-B-L-I-T, so an ability. Okay? And then you have ology under B, O-L-G equals ology. So you have chronology, okay? And then you have mythology. You get the myth part, myth, and then ology. And then you have dermatology. You write derm and then tology. Okay? And then you have technology, tech, and then nology. So you'll figure out where to break them up. Can you leave the ology by itself? Yes. And so you all, let me just tell you, so ology is always O-L-G. Ologist, you have the S for the S-T. Okay, so like pathologist is going to be pa, or you can write pathologist. No, just a minute. Sorry, trying to get my finger situated. There you go. Okay, so pathologist, so ology is O-L-G, pathologist, add the S. Okay, and then airy words and ori. So you have library, so you're going to write li and then brary. Sorry. Okay, and then you have category. You have ordinary. You have territory. Okay, so make sure you all cover everything, because I go through it so quickly, but you all have to keep going over it until it makes sense. And then you have words ending in RY is always RI. Okay, so you have dreary. You have weary. You have rotary. Okay, so those all end in a Y, so you write RI. And then you have adly as a separate stroke for words ending in orally. So you've got arbitrarily. You have primarily. You've got satisfactory. Satisfactory, I think, is fact. No, fact. Because satisfy is fi. No, satisfactory. So satisfactory. That's one way of stroking it. And then you have a word exercise on 31-1. So it's just incorporating those different principles. And then all words ending in BLY equal BLI. So I would pick up the BLI stroke. So you have capably. I think capably is one stroke. Capable. So you all, if you want to write that, capable one stroke and then come back Lee. Okay. You've got terribly. You have legibly. You have notably, notably. Okay, and then cully, words ending in C-A-L-L-Y is K-L-I. So you have words like chemically. You're just gonna write chemically. Grammatically, grammatically. Typically, typically. Practically, practically. Okay, and then other words ending in L, A-L-L-Y with the consonant, just come back L-I. So you've got mentally is mentally. These are pretty easy. Morally is morally. Orally, orally. Finally, finally. You have socially, socially. You have partially, partially. 3 strokes. You've got one more, and then specially, special, and then ly. Let me tell you, especially is going to be written especially. Okay, 3 strokes. E by itself. And then you have edly, the E-D-L-Y ending. So advisedly is going to be written advisedly. Okay. And then you have reputedly, reputedly. Okay, those kind of make sense, right, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay, and then going on to page 208, the words ending in I-N-G-L-Y, like daringly, is going to equal glee, G-L-I. So it makes sense. You're just using the G from the initial side. So daringly is going to be written dare and then glee. You have to memorize that glee equals ingly. Jokingly, joke, glee. So these are kind of nice. Unknowingly, unknow, glee. Okay. Fully words is F-L-I. So beautifully, beautifully. Let me tell you how to write beautiful. Beautiful. I like that. Beautiful. You hear it on your tests a lot. Beautiful. So beautifully. I think you can write beautifully for that one. But if you don't use it, you write beautifully. Okay. Forcefully, forcefully. Rigorously, rigorous. Oh, these are, sorry, I skipped down. Skillfully, skillfully. Okay. And then words ending in O-U-S-L-Y equals S-L-I. I would just use it that way. So famously is fame, sly. Okay. Nervously, nerve, sly. So sly equals usly. Miraculously, miraculously. Okay, you have to stroke those out. And then O-U-S-L-Y equals R-B-S, come back L-I, the usly. And so this is a little different because it's got the I-O-U-S. So make sure that you know that that has that I there versus the very top words that only have the O-U-S. This has the I in it. So ambitiously, ambitiously. Remember the brief for conscientious, Jen?
It's K-E-R-B-S.
Perfect. Conscientiously is K-E-R-B-S, Lee. Conscious. How do you write conscious? To be knocked out? K-O-R-B-S. Can you hear me, Jen?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought maybe you were trying to say, I'm like, I can't hear you, Jen. Conscious and then Lee. Okay, so make sure you know how to write those. Just think somebody's knocked out. So consciously, there's an O in it. He was unconscious. Okay, and then one more, viciously. You're gonna write vicious first and then Lee. And then other L-I words, so you have equal L-I for L-Y. You have softly, these are easy, softly. You have deathly, deathly. You have wisely, wisely. So those are pretty easy, okay? Then going on to page 209, words ending in I-T-Y equal T-I. So you have beauty. Beauty, I think, is a brief, no? Beauty. Okay, beauty. You've got cavity, cavity. You have cruelty, cruelty. You have party, party. One more, pretty, pretty. Okay, and then one more, sanity, sanity. Okay, and then, so they give you a brief, stupidity. You write stupid, S-T, long U-P-D, come back T, I. And then all other words ending in a consonant Y. So baby, you stroke that out. These end in B-Y equals B-I. Baby, just double up on that consonant. Crunchy, crunchy, K-H-I. Okay, you have dy equals di, tidy, tidy. Okay, you have fy equals fi, goofy, goofy. And then going up on the middle column there, gruffy equals like geography, geography. Gy equals gi, baggy, baggy. Double it up. If you leave it by itself, it's going to be an I, so you have to double it up with the consonant. Allergy, gy equals ji, so allergy is allergy, because we hear the G, the J instead of the G. You have key for lucky, luck key. Okay, and then me, words ending in bigamy, you have to put the asterisk in because of my. So big my, bigamy. Brainy, words ending in ny equal ni asterisk, brainy. And then you've got py equals pi, cop p. Okay, and then you've got our y equals our I, so forgery, forgery. Okay, and then going on, there's a lot of words, lots of principles covered, so make sure you go over everything and over. Words ending in sh equal, shy equal shi, so flashy, flashy. Going down, fluency, fluency for words ending in cy equal si. You've got bossy, words ending in sy equal si, bossy. And then you have fee, words ending like apathy, filthy, thy equal thi with an asterisk. So let's write wealthy, wealthy, okay? Words ending in vy equal vi, so heavy, heb, you write that first, and then v is vi. Chewy, chew, and then we, words ending in wy equal wi, as in chewy. And then sexy, sexy, or do you hear sexy, whatever you hear. Okay, and then easy, easy. Words ending in sy equals zi because it's the zi sound. And then words ending in zy equals zi with the z sound. More words, crazy, crazy. Okay, and then all of E, section E, they all end in EY, EE, so they're written with the long E. So could you leave it alone, Jen? Leave the long E by itself?
No, it's an apostrophe.
Exactly, no, because that's the apostrophe, you can't. So you have to include a consonant, okay? So donkey is going to be don-key. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, you've got coffee, coffee. Bookie, book key. Okay, and then you have some sound-alikes. Make sure you go over those. You have a word exercise, 31-2. Remember, some words they gave you that have briefs, company. Highly recommend that you pick that up. You've got reportedly. Report is rortedly. Okay, you want to know report. That's really important. Remember, I gave you some briefs. Report, court report is like that. Court reporter is like that. You have the E. And then medical report is mort. M for medical, ort for report. And then you have, I don't know, there's maybe a couple more. Okay, they're not coming to mind right now. Obviously, you all, OFBL. Recommend that you pick that up, OFBL. So that tells me obvious is OFBS. Wait just a minute. Obvious, OFB. Then obviously, add the L. Okay, and then you have some briefs. And so make sure you know these. You have credibility. You have improbably. You have possibly. And then secondary. Second, you can break up secondary. You have, for instance, friends. Your book has it in two strokes for the older books, but it's actually F-R-I-N-S. Okay? And then going on, everybody. How do you write that, Jen?
EFRB.
Perfect. EFRB. Everyone is the N because everyone has an O-N-E in it. Everybody has the B, so EFRB. Okay. Brother-in-law, you all. B-R-O-E-R. Brothers written like that, just add the N-law, N-L. Guilty. So how do I write guilt, Jen?
G-L-T.
That's guilty.
Oh, sorry. G-I-L-T.
You have the I for guilt. Good. Probably. Where the. Okay. W-R-T. And then going on to lesson 32, you all. Sorry. Let's just cover some of these. These are easier, 32. So under A, words beginning with U, U-N, and under. So A, always use or attach a consonant to words beginning with the short U. So the ugly. So you have to attach it with the consonant. Urban. Okay. Upstairs. Okay. And then B, use Y long U. Make sure you know this for words beginning with the long U sound. So it's going to say, we're going to hear the U. Okay. So you have unique, unique. You have unite. And I think you can write that in one stroke. No. Unite. Okay. But unit is one stroke. And then you have, if the long U is followed by a consonant sound in the same syllable, include that consonant in the first stroke. So you have urinary, urinary. Usury, usury. And then use Y long UN for the sound of long U plus an N, uni. All uni words are going to be Y long UN. Okay, so unit. You have uniform is a brief. Unify is unify, come back D. Okay, use UN for words beginning with UN. So all UN words are stroked UN. So you've got unfair. You have untrue. So they're all stroked out, okay? D on the next page, page 218, use UNDZ for compound words beginning with under. So UNDZ will attach it. So under foot is UNDZ and then foot. But if I want to separate them and you want under to come out as a separate word, URND. Okay? And then going on, and then some briefs, illegal, illegal. You have require. So if requires like that, rire, you're gonna, for requirement, you just write it the same way and you add that meant. Okay, one stroke, requirement. Mint, final MT is for the meant, M-E-N-T words. You have nothing, permit. Remember, permit, I need a permit to go to the, whatever, wherever you're going, a permit or driving permit, but I permit you to use it, same word, okay, same word. Under financed, so UNDZ, finance is FNS. Okay, under finance. So I highly recommend that you know finance is FNS. Very important. It comes out so much on everything that, you know, we read. And then modular is modular. Particular, very important to know particulars, plar. Plar. That comes out a lot too. And then concern. How do you write that, Jen?
K-R-N.
Mm-hmm. So concern is K, final RN. And then you have operation, very important to know, OERPGS. Population, population. You have society, SOT. S long O T, SOT. Unless, NLS. That would, there would. Okay? Any questions, Jen, on anything there? Okay, so I'm going to start dictating some words from lesson 31. Ask me if you know how to stroke them. I'll go a little bit faster, okay, Jen?
Okay.
And here we go. You know, I think I'll just take them from your homework sheet just because we took up a little bit of time and I do want to cover your jury charge. So these are just from your homework sheets, okay? Here we go. Find a focal point. Mythology, litany, imaginary, intentionally, knowingly, feloniously. So feloniously, you all, felon is flawn. Make sure you know felon is flawn. So feloniously comes from felon, so then just flawn-sly. Mistakenly, circumstantially. How do you write circumstantial, Jen?
It's SIRBL or
I know, it kind of doesn't look like it, but is it like that?
G with a G.
Is that coming out? Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I'd recognize it, but that's how you write it, okay? Dishonesty. Celery, as in the celery that we eat. Flaky. Federally. Piracy. Victory. Territory. Forcibly. Fatality. Activity. Formidably. Permanency. Unskillfully. Underscored. Unadvisedly. Uniformity. University. Uncautiously. Uncertifiable. Underneath. Undimensional. Sovereignty. Antiquity. Astrology. Irresponsibly. Let me see if this comes out. Did that come out for irresponsibly? No. Oh, wait, just a minute. Yes, okay, 2 strokes. Wrongfully. And then we have negligence. So let me give you how to write negligent. Negligence, you're going to always hear that in court. So negligent, take advantage of how it's spelled. So it has an N-E-G-T in it, so that's how you write it. But negligence, you have to write the J. Okay, so make sure you know that. If you like that, N-E-J-S for negligence, then just identify it in your dictionary. Control D, highlight it, Control D, enter the correct word. It's up to you because it doesn't come out as anything else. It's not a conflict. And then going on. Unrealistic. Unconsciously. Upwardly. Unethically. Morally. Illegality. Justify. Let me give you the brief for justify because they have it stroked out. It's J-U-F. So if they say justifiable, you just add the BL. Okay, justify is J-U-F. So justify would just be 1 stroke. They have it in your page, justify. But you can write J-U-F. I like that because you're going to hear that a lot. Salary, as in the wages that you make. Ungracefully. Underlined, 1 word. Uplifting. Unspoken. Unjudiciously. Understood. Do you know the brief for understood, Jen?
UND.
Uh-huh. Very good. UND is understood. Okay, and then you have undergraduate, underqualified, unidirectional, unspoken, undimensional, unrealistically. You have, oops. See, some of these are wrong, so I'm going to have to check these lists. You all, when you're looking at your word lists for the homework sheets, I'm seeing lots of errors, so I'm going to have to look at them and just make sure that if you are unsure whether something's stroked out correctly, let me know, just send me a quick text or email, and then I can check the word, because some of these I see that I'm seeing lots of errors. Okay, so uplifting, unethically, fatality. Do you know how to write the word federal, Jen?
No, I forget.
Okay, federal is
Yeah.
FRAL. So let's say they say federal government, it's FROFT. You hear that a lot. Okay, any questions, Jen, on any of those words? Those are a little tricky.
Yeah, unrealistically.
Which one?
Unrealistically.
Okay, so you're gonna write that out. Unrealistically. Oh, hold on. There you go. Whatever I stroked. Can you see the notes? Okay.
Yes.
Real is R-A-E-L. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
No.
Okay. And university. Y long U-F-R-T. So I'll dictate some of these sentences at no particular speed, okay? And they are from your homework sheets. So I'm gonna have to look at the homework sheets, and hopefully they'll already be all corrected when they're in there, okay? Because every time I'm reading them, I see little, like the strokes are wrong. So I'll make sure that they're correctly in there. So you have alcoholism. Do you know how to write alcohol, Jen?
It's K-H-O-L.
Uh-huh. So alcoholism ends in an ism, so it's cloism. Okay, so that's a good one to know. You're going to hear that a lot. And then you have credibility, employability. Employ, you all, is written, I don't know if it's, I guess employ. Okay, employ. And you have religiously. Let me give you, do you know the brief for religious, Jen?
No, I know.
Okay, religious is a good brief, you all, because you're going to hear it. It's L-I-G-S. L-I-G-S for religious. Regular, I think, is R-E-G. Yes, regular is just R-E-G. Right is W-R-I. Short I. Written, W-R short I-N. Necessary, N-E-S. Responsibility, S-P-O-N-L-T. You've got informed, and form is N-F, add the D. You can add it usually when there's no vowels. Usually, there's sometimes that you can add the ending with the vowel, just depends. A lawyer, remarks. Remark is remark. You have university. Remember, unanimous is NAMS. Unanimous NAMS. Physical. FL, physical. Okay, and so I will dictate these sentences to you and not at any particular speed, okay? And it just helps a little bit to have it, take it down before you actually complete your homework assignment. So this is at no particular speed. They look tough. Her alcoholism had caused instability and irritability, destroying her credibility and employability. It was customary to religiously observe dietary laws in the culinary arts. As he belched loudly and patted his paunchy belly, other diners looked on disgustedly. The difficulty of dictation may seem a cruelty, but in reality, making it too easy would be dishonesty. Read literary pieces regularly and write repetitiously, dutifully, and faithfully. Rectify any weak spots until they're written without hesitancy and with proficiency. The nominee for the Budgetary Committee said it was necessary to observe monetary responsibility. The judge pointedly informed the grumpy lawyer that his inflammatory and derogatory remarks were conceivably contempt of court. Her maternity costs would be settled once the paternity suit was resolved. Strangely, the normally gentle dog had viciously lunged at the elderly woman. She's taking undergraduate studies in pharmacology at the university. Being unanimous refers to the state or quality of being unanimous as in unity and harmony. Unconscious that they were underprivileged, the children played happily under the elm tree. This upgrade is unmistakably worse than the last version. The guilty youth unconvincingly uttered another untruth. The judge instructed the jury that their verdict must be unanimous. Under questioning, she uncomfortably mumbled some unintelligible answers. Soldiers in the military unit marched in unison in their crisply starched uniforms. Stenography is an auditory skill that unifies mental and physical muscles. He had the uncomfortable feeling that he had forgotten to change underwear before going to the doctor. And lots of words there, Jen. Any questions on any of those?
No.
No? Okay. And so what we'll do is we'll go over real quickly your jury charge phrases from yesterday. I'm just going to dictate them and then I'll start with some jury charge today. And remember, we just covered the first 2 pages, okay? So you have, I'm going to just dictate them. I'll write them one time so you can have them up again, okay? Jury, jurors, jury box, jury room, jury trial, jury charge. And then there was one for jury, I gave it, let me see, what was it? Jury, I'll go over it again towards the end. Grand jury capitalized, plaintiff, plaintiff capitalized, plaintiff's exhibit number, defendant, defendant capitalized, defendant's exhibit number, state's exhibit number. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, members of the jury, gentlemen of the jury, call your attention, burden of proof, burden of proving, how many, how much, beyond a reasonable doubt, beyond all reasonable doubt, beyond any reasonable doubt, beyond all doubt, bailiff, foreperson. Mr. Foreman. Mr. Foreman, sorry, Mr. Foreperson. Ms. Foreperson. Prosecutor. Prosecute. Prosecuting attorney. Prosecution. Attorney. State's attorney. Defense attorney. District attorney. Lawyer. Criminal. Judge. And then it was trial judge, you all. TRJ, trial judge. TR, final J. Okay? You want to know that? And then you have trial court. Let me just give you that. TROURT, trial court. Think of the TR for the trial, ORT for the court. And then you have sole judge. Sole judges, add the S. Sole and exclusive judges, add the E. Witness, witnesses, witness stand, expert witness. Okay, and so let me dictate some jury charge, and I don't know if any of these words will come out, but I'll give you whatever does come out. We have members of the jury. You have ladies and gentlemen of the jury. What happened is WHAPD. WH for what happened, PD in a phrase. You have passenger, 3 strokes. Potential. Danger is DAGE. Instructions. Acquaintance is acquaintance. Account, on that account is KT. Reconstruct, and then construct is CRUCT. The accident, so accident is dent, S-D-E-N-T, no, S-D. The accident is maybe, no, can't do that one. Okay, accident, lots of briefs with accident, like accident happened is S-D-E-P-D. No? There it is. You have responsibility. It happened. Yes, you can write that. Do you believe? Testimony is TM. Make sure you know testimony, TM, testify, TEF. Okay, so I will start at 60 words a minute, just because it's new. Decide, DDZ. And here we go. This is 60 words a minute. Try to just write what you hear, okay? Members of the jury. Can you all hear me? Members of the jury. We will adjourn now. You will be taken to eat. Please be back here by 2. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened in the bus. What was the condition of the man? You and I know that when we move around passenger buses, we are out where there is potential danger, and under the law, we have to be careful for our own safety. I usually give instructions to a panel such as yours because we are well aware that this may be your first acquaintance with a trial. On that account, you are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened and if any sudden stop would have produced an unusual jerk. These are all questions of fact for you. The responsibility for passing on these facts is solely upon you. You are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. Do you believe the testimony? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to, anything there, Jen?
No.
No? Okay. And so let me see real quickly. I just wanted to give you, produce is produce. Questions of fact is QEFTS. Because I'm saying questions, it's plural, so add the S. If it was just question of fact, like that, but it's questions plural, so add the S. Okay, I wanted to give you that. And this will be at 70. Members of the jury, can you all hear me? Members of the jury, we will adjourn now. You will be taken to eat. Please be back here by 2. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened in the bus. What was the condition of the man? You and I know that when we move around passenger buses, we are out where there is potential danger. And under the law, we have to be careful for your own safety. I usually give instructions to a panel such as yours because we are well aware that this may be your first acquaintance with a trial. On that account, you are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened, and if any sudden stop would have produced an unusual jerk. These are all questions of fact for you. The responsibility for passing on these facts is solely upon you. You are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. Do you believe the testimony? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened. If we are not careful and do not use the care of prudent men for our own safety, we are not entitled to recover in case we are injured in such Anything there, Jen?
No.
And so injury is J long U R. Come back with the D and it's injured, I think. No. Injure. Just like that, okay? 3 strokes. How do you write prudent, Jen?
It's PR long UNT.
Perfect. PR long UNT for prudent. And then you have careful. I think you can write, no. Careful. Okay, 2 strokes. I write it 1. I don't know, that looks like it to me. Because you have care and then the FL. Condition, KN. And then, what else? Anything else that's coming out? Remember sudden, sud, and then final N. This will be at 80. Members of the jury, can you all hear me? Members of the jury, we will adjourn now. You will be taken to eat. Please be back here by 2. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened in the bus. What was the condition of the man? You and I know that when we move around passenger buses, we are out where there is potential danger. And under the law, we have to be careful for our own safety. I usually give instructions to a panel such as yours because we are well aware that this may be your first acquaintance with a trial. On that account, you are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. And if any sudden stop would have produced an unusual jerk, these are all questions of fact for you. The responsibility for passing on these facts is solely upon you. You are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. Do you believe the testimony? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened. If we are not careful and do not use the care of prudent men for our own safety, we are not entitled to recover in case we are injured in such a place at such a time. Members of the jury, we have before us 2 indictments for trial in which the defendant is charged. And let me give you the brief for indictment. D long IMT. Dint is indictment. You want to know that because that comes out a lot. Any other questions, Jen?
No.
No? And this will be for readback, okay? I'll read it at 60, 70, and 80. Members of the jury, can you all hear me? Members of the jury, we will adjourn now. You will be taken to eat. please be back here by 2. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened in the bus. What was the condition of the man? You and I know that when we move around passenger buses, we are out where there is potential danger. And under the law, we have to be careful for our own safety. I usually give instructions to a panel such as yours because we are well aware that this may be your first acquaintance with a trial. On that account, you are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened, and if any sudden stop would have produced an unusual jerk. These are all questions of fact for you. The responsibility for passing on these facts is solely upon you. You are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. Do you believe the testimony? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened. If we are not careful and do not use the care of prudent men for, and whenever you're ready, Jen.
Okay. Sorry, just takes me a minute to scroll
And
up.
it starts at 60, okay?
Okay. Okay. Members of the jury, can you all hear me? Members of the jury, we will adjourn now. You will be taken to eat. Please be back here by.
Okay, you know, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Jen.
Oh,
Okay, maybe it's just a little, if you can, after you will be,
please be back here by 2.
uh-huh. Okay, you will be taken to eat. Please be back here by, and then that's 2:00, okay, Jen?
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are to decide this case on what happened in the bus. What was the condition of the man? You and I know that when we move around passenger buses, we are out where there is potential danger. And under the law, we have to be careful if or for our own safety.
Good, and this is where it's 70.
I usually give instructions to a panel such as yours because we are well aware this may be
That this, just one that,
that this may be your first acquaintance with a trial. On that account, you are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened. And if any sudden stop would have produced an unusual jerk. These are all questions of fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
The responsibility for passing on these facts is solely upon you.
Good. And this is where it's 80.
You are to reconstruct the accident and say how it happened.
What's your stroke?
We have D long UBL.
Perfect. What's D long U?
D long double.
D long U. Double is DOUB.
Okay, do you believe?
Uh-huh.
The testimony, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
What's your stroke?
I have JUR, juror.
Take out the J. You are.
Okay. Oh, sure. You are to decide this case on what happened. If we are not careful and do not use the care of prudent men for.
Very good. Excellent, Jen. Very, very good. Okay. So that way you all have 60, 70, and 80. Remember your test is at 80. Okay. For next semester. Very good. And so keep practicing those briefs. And you see, you had it down, Jen. You just have to recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because double would be DOUBL.
Yep.
So do you is D long UBL. Okay. Very good. And so that wraps up our lesson. Just keep going over the jury charge phrases. I will go over them as well. And then we also have Q&A phrases. Those are real helpful. It's these, do you believe, do you remember, do you recollect? So we'll cover those soon too, okay? But very good.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too.
Okay, thank you.